I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
2 years, 7 months, and 22 days. That's how long it's taken to build the channel to this point. 459 public videos. That's how much effort it took to get here. What I do here is quite possibly the most basic thing an individual can do on YouTube, and I've been trying not to take myself too seriously. But when I started doing this, I did have one subscriber goal in mind. Only one. And it wasn't 100,000, it wasn't 10,000, it was 1,000. It might not seem like an ambitious goal to most, but I knew going in that this was going to be a challenge, and that it was going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort to build it up. I wanted to make sure that I never ran into an issue where I treated an individual as a digit on a counter. I don't know if I could live with myself if I ever ended up like that. I've tried my damnedest to never beg or bug people to subscribe to the channel. My goals aren't to rule the world of YouTube, but rather to learn as much as I can about it in however long I have. To give some perspective on just how long it can take to grow something like this, and just how much effort is needed to be put in. It took from September 2017 to May 2018 to go from 400 subscribers to 500. This was with semi-consistent uploads and minor improvements with each one. And now in that same amount of time, the channel has doubled. For a channel that does something as generic and vanilla flavored as I do, this is a huge step forward. I went from having people who subscribed to try and get something out of me to people who were genuinely interested in the things I was putting up, even if what I was making was a hot, steamy pile of garbage. I started coming into my own more. I was gaining confidence in my public speaking, my humor, and my voice. I don't think I've ever mentioned it before on the channel, but for the longest time in my life, I hated the sound of my own voice. But now I've improved on it, to the point where I can accept it. There have been a lot of people that have come and gone from the channel. I think there's something like 1,300 to 1,400 people who've subscribed, with 300 to 400 people who've unsubscribed. With each one of these losses, I'd always wonder, what did I do? Was I not good enough? What should I improve on? Why did you leave? But with every gain, I'd always wonder, who is this person? What do they do? Who are they? The ups and downs are an inevitable part of doing this, and maybe I'm insecure, or maybe the oversensitivity I had as a kid, where I'd cry over everyone and everything comes back. It's hard to say. People come and go in our lives. That's something that's always going to happen, no matter what. But there's quite a few people I remember who are still here with me. Some older, some newer, but the point is, they never left. And that right there, that loyalty, is something that no one can put a price on. Do I understand why they're like that? No, but I know that I greatly appreciate it. I remember those who stick around, through the good stuff, the bad stuff, and everything in between. I remember the ones who make regular comments pertaining to the games being played, themselves as people, or even myself. Heartfelt comments, or comments with genuine thought and time put into them, are infinitely more valuable than cool vid, or first, or check out my channel. These comments are ultimately hollow and meaningless. But I don't want to focus on any negatives right now. So instead, I'd like to thank a handful of people who've been around for a while, who've engaged more than I ever could have imagined. Here are just a handful of those people. Caustic Console, one of the first people to sit down and watch all of my god-awful content at the time, and comment on a lot of it, a lot more than I thought I deserved. MaliceDiary, quite possibly the first friend I ever made on YouTube, and someone who's become much more than that. QZYX, now known as Rushy, who made the first ever fan art for the channel. Undead Archangel, who despite me being an asshole at first, continues to watch the channel to this day. Witty Creep, a regular viewer and commenter for some time now, and someone I consistently recognized. Daryl Wilkins, who would drop by every stream and immediately ask me how I was doing. There was something nice and genuine about that. CK, who's shown genuine interest in the channel, myself, the games played here, and has made many thought-provoking comments. Jackie J, an individual who suggested some excellent games and has shown to express genuine interest in the games played here and myself. Zabu, a relatively new viewer to the channel, but one that I've seen take an interest above that of the casual viewer. Lavafish Swims, who asked the most questions during the Q&A, about doubled out of the next person, but that was more than alright. I was excited to have so many different questions to think about, and they helped to provide more than I could have hoped for. There are of course countless other individuals I can mention and talk about, and this hasn't even covered the friends and acquaintances I've made along the way. Tail Sinai, Japaria, Coalfire, Danny Sands, all of them top-class individuals in their own ways. I'd also like to mention the patrons who've generously given some of their money each month to support the channel. BD6480, Dunlin, Konemius, Maira, MaliceDiary, and ZTenshi. The channel isn't monetized and I have no idea when or if it even will be, so these contributions are greatly appreciated. I think I'm a very sentimental person, and it stems from the memory I possess. That's both a blessing and a curse. I remember people, and I remember their actions, even when it seems as if I'm aloof, or that I don't care, or that I'm not paying any attention to anyone. I'm constantly taking mental notes. I feel this is getting a bit long now, so I suppose I should conclude it here. In the end, the point of this video is to thank you all for getting the channel to reach the goal I set out so long ago to achieve. If I knew back then the things that I know now, I would never have set out with a subscriber goal to begin with, and I don't plan on creating a new goal. From here on, I'll keep going forward, making videos on whatever seems interesting to me, learning whatever skills I want to, and trying my damnedest to provide the best entertainment that I can, for as long as I can. Thank you all, and take care.